So when you went back, what exactly happened? Did you witness the moment of death?
No. By the time I reached the tent, it was already over.
Was there anything unusual?
His health was failing, yes. But the end came abruptly. The adoption was announced only recently from what I know. It all felt rushed, too convenient.
Are you suggesting foul play?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. 117 AD. Early August it was. Two men had just been relieved from guard duty and I stayed with them by the fire. You could see it in their faces. The Parthian campaign had drained them all. Dust, blood, and endless marches. And now this. An emergency stop in Selinus because the emperor was too sick to travel. Morale was low, yet they loved Trajan. He was one of them. A soldier emperor. He ate the same bread, he knew the dust of the road. Better than some bloated decadent ruler who never leaves his palace in Rome. I looked at them and 25 years in the legions. That's the price you pay for the armor on your back. Although, after 20 years, most of them could receive their honesta missio and serve light duties for the remaining years. The legionaries were not there for citizenship. They already had that, unlike the auxiliary soldiers. No, the legionaries served for something else. For pay that actually arrives, for steady rations, for roof, even if it leaks. And of course, for brothers who will die beside you before they abandon you. Out here though, far from home, a man's worries were often simpler. Is my family safe at home? How much did my children grow? What will be given out as food today? And beneath all that, the fear none of them admit aloud. That after more than 20 years on campaign, you would no longer remember how to live as civilian. Once a soldier, always a soldier, they say. But tonight, none of that mattered. Not pay, not land, not rights. Those two were thinking about sleep. Their contubernium, their tent back there, is shared with 6 other men, packed like sardines. So, honestly, no wonder they preferred sitting out here by the fire for a while. But back then, I couldn't take my eyes off the Emperor's tent. Something was wrong. So I went there. So I walked toward his tent. Guards were posted outside. A little apart stood Crito, his personal physician, and Pheremis, his chamberlain. They seemed to be discussing something urgent. I didn't want to interrupt, so I entered quietly. Trajan's bed was in the rear of the tent. Normally, this was where he issued his daily orders, where scouts, messengers, and officers came and went. But tonight, nothing stirred. His body was covered. Crito must have been with him in his final moments. 19 years Trajan ruled Rome, and there he lay before me. A man reduced to flesh and bone. Like all of us in the end. I intended to let nothing escape my notice. After all, this night marked the end of Rome's great expansion. Now Trajan, if only you knew how far the ripples of your death will reach. I turned around and, on his desk, a tabula zerata lay open, as if he had written on it moments ago. Wax tablets like these were used for drafts or short messages. Parchment was far too valuable for everyday notes. A stylus carved the letters into the wax, and when the message was no longer needed, you simply smoothed it out and reused it. But the content itself was far more interesting. Imperator
Caesar nerva Trajanus Augustus Particus Hadriano salutem dicit. Expeditiones orientales feliciter confecte sunt. Provinciae pacate et fines novi confirmati sunt. Tibi Hadriane, qui legationem Syriae prudenter et fortiter gessisti, gratias ago. Consilium tuum in urbe mihi et rei publicae necessarium est. Nemoram Trajas, vale.
So it appeared that in his very last moment, Trajan was indeed summoning Hadrian to Rome. Trajan had relied on him for years, in Dacia, on the Danube, and now in the east. Many assumed he would one day succeed him, though the emperor had never declared it openly. Trajan's health was failing. Rome could not wait for clarity. Everyone knew the empire needed a named successor before word of his condition spread. Without one, even a stable reign could unravel. So a letter calling Hadrian to Rome? It wasn't surprising. It was practical, even necessary. Whatever Trajan decided in his final hours, whether spoken, written, or delivered through his household, it would shape the next chapter of the empire. Standing there in that quiet tent, it was impossible not to feel the weight of that moment. I went outside where Crito and Phaedimus were discussing. I joined them, and it opened my eyes for what was going to happen.
And that is why you must hurry, Phaedimus. It was his final will, and this message must reach Hadrian before unrest spreads in Rome. The empire needs stability, and only Hadrian can provide it. Trajan adopted him only a few days ago. He is the new emperor. There must be no doubt about that. As you command, Master Crito. I will see to everything, and I will travel myself. But will the Senate accept the adoption, made so late and so far from the capital? The Senate accepts what keeps Rome alive, and Rome survives through a clear succession. Trajan knew how fragile our eastern frontier has become, how exhausted the army is. A power vacuum would be poison for all of us. Hadrian governed Syria. He knows the troops. He knows the provinces. No other man holds that knowledge. The soldiers respect him. Many have served under him. But in Rome, people will ask why Trajan didn't name him sooner. Because the emperor fought to the very end, against the illness, against his own mortality. He never made decisions lightly, and he placed his trust in Hadrian, as we must. Then I will leave at once. If I reach the coast by morning, I can take a fast ship. Hadrian must not hear this from anyone else. Good. And Phaedimus, speak carefully about the emperor's condition. The people must not believe we are leaderless, not tonight. Understood. May Fortuna guide us.